If you're tired of failed prints, stringy prints, and brittle filament, then you're in the right place. Today I'm going to show you how to make a super easy but effective dry box to keep your filament in. Trust me, this little project will make a huge difference in your print quality. Okay, let's go over the things you'll need to make this project happen. So of course you're going to need a container. And this is a easy storage container, and it's a waterproof container. You want to make sure it's a waterproof one, and how you'll know is it'll have a gasket around the lid to keep the air out. And this one is a smaller one. I'm not sure the exact size, but it will hold 5 spools of filament. And then for this size container, I use a pound of silica desiccant. This is silica gel desiccant. It's color indicating. I don't really rely on the color indication though. I use a gauge for that. We'll get to that. You also need some mesh bags, and these mesh bags will make it really easy for when you're recharging. I used to just pour this directly into the container, and then when it was time to recharge it, it was a mess. You had to pour it back out, and you had to put it in something and all that. So with this method, it's super, super easy. So that brings me to, how do you know when it's ready to be recharged? And for that, I use this ThermPro humidity gauge, and I'm going to make a little holder for this that glues to the side of the box so you can always see it real easily. And we'll jump into SolidWorks and do that here in a bit. And then once it's ready to be recharged, I put it in my food dehydrator. This keeps you from mixing your silica in with your food products in your kitchen. I know a lot of people just throw them in their oven or their toaster oven. And one thing that gases a lot, and it also they get sticky, and it's just not a very good way to do it. This food dehydrator dries it out dry, quickly, and it's a very easy process. So what I look for is once it gets above 30, in the mid 30s, around there, I like to dry it out. So I like to keep it in the low 20s as far as humidity percentage. So you just watch this, and if you see it going above 30, you just put it in the food dehydrator, and we'll go over all that in a little bit. So let's jump into SolidWorks and design the bracket for this so we can glue it in place. Okay, first off, we'll start a new part in SolidWorks. Now we'll start a centered rectangle on the front plane and make it just larger than the humidity gauge. Now we'll extrude that to be just thicker than the humidity gauge. Now we'll shell this whole part, excluding the front face and the top face, and making sure to choose shell outward. Now we'll make a sketch on the side face and extrude a mounting tab outward. Now we can mirror the mounting tab about the right plane over to the left side. Now the last step is to cut out the back face so that the humidity sensor holes are exposed on the humidity sensor. Now let's save this as an STL file and send it to the printer to make it real. This STL file is available for free over on my website, link in the description. Alright, that came out pretty good. Simple but effective. We're going to stick this inside the box using double stick tape, so we'll cut some to length, cut it in half, and stick it on both sides. Now we'll remove the tape backing and get ready to stick it inside the container. We're going to stick it way down toward the bottom so it'll stay out of the way of the spools. Okay, let's see how it fits. Nice. Okay, now that we've got that, let's put our desiccant in our bags. So we'll just pop the lid off this and pour a quarter of it in each one of them. Doesn't have to be super accurate, just feel it out. All right, there we go. I think I did a pretty decent job. Okay, now we just can close those up. And drop them in the corners of the container. Then all you have to do is load the filament up. This last one's a little bit tight, but it fits in there pretty good. And then just add the lid back on. And you're all set. Okay, now we've made the box. Now let me show you how to maintain the box. So once my humidity gauge starts showing 35%-ish humidity, relative humidity, I regenerate my desiccant inside there, and I use this food dehydrator to do it. So let me go through the process and show you how to keep it up. This food dehydrator has 5 levels. I usually only use 2 of them because I only do 1 container at a time, but I suppose you could fill it on up. I put the bags in there alternating, 2 on each layer. This gives plenty of room for the air to flow from layer to layer. One thing I wanted to know is how long it takes to recharge the desiccant. So before I started, I took one of the bags, I weighed it, and it came up to 150 grams. So then I put it back on the dehydrator and fired it up. Then every half an hour, I took that same bag out and weighed it again. As you can see, a majority of the work is done in the first half hour. And then by the time we get to the 3-hour mark, we're hardly making any progress at all. So that tells me that 3 hours is a good time to get really dry desiccant. So from now on, I'm just going to load up the dehydrator, run it for 3 hours, and consider it done. Now we can just lay the bags flat in the bottom of the container. Add our filament in. And close it up. Well, there you have it, a super easy, effective, and maintainable dry box for your filament. And this will take away all those moisture-related printing problems. So if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. That helps my channel out a lot. And also, if you are going to build one of these, if you consider using some of my affiliate links, that helps me out a bunch also. So see you in the next video.